Hello and welcome. I'm Beth Parkinson and I'm here at TechED 2019. We've had over 2,500 attendees this year going to 180 sessions. That's quite a lot. I know, it's amazing. But even more amazing, day one, we got over 200 gallons of coffee served. Any guesses what it'll be tomorrow after EdFest? Double. Well, all kidding aside, this has been a great week so far. And if you haven't seen any other videos, we've been doing some different segments to give you a little more flavor of the types of conversations we're having while we're here. Today, I'm really excited to wrap up our final video of this week on emerging technologies. And I've got Andrew Ellis and Ian McGregor, two innovators in the market right now, here to join me. And before we get started and talking a little bit more about what we've been talking about this week, what we showed this morning, Andrew, can you give folks a little context about why they should even care about emerging technologies? I know some of them just sound like words right now, but why does it matter to business?
For sure, and I think I grab this. Blake talked about our industrial companies on his keynote on Monday, and you got to realize we're in this fourth wave of an industrial revolution, which kind of implies there's three others that have happened. The first one really being mechanization in the 1700s, mass production, electrification in the 1800s. Early or late 1900s, you've got kind of computerization, connectivity, automation. And now here we are in the fourth, so Industry 4.0, and we've got Internet of Things, augmented reality, autonomous systems, machine learning. I mean, these are all technologies that companies have to deal with. And it's one of those, we've seen in the past, either you adopt or fail. We're really trying to encourage our customers to adopt these technologies and bring them into their factories.
Yeah, it's about getting the business value. It's not just about cool technologies, although they are fun. I think, Ian, you and I met when we were talking about digital twins several years ago. Sure. And so it's been great to have you join us. I know there's lots going on with the companies. We're working closely with our customers and our partners to help them bring the connected enterprise to life. And those of you guys who are following us, you've been hearing about this for a while. But what's really exciting is that the speed of innovation is moving really fast, and the speed of what Rockwell's doing to help our customers with these innovations. In fact, I think just last year we announced the Rockwell PTC relationship, just last year. And I think in January, Ian, Emulate3D joined the Rockwell family. So welcome.
Thank you.
How does it feel?
It feels good. I mean, this is a good fit. Emulate3D has been working with Rockwell users for many years now, and Emulate3D does software which is used to shorten the design cycle and also to verify the control systems before you go on site. So it was a natural fit. We got plenty to do, but it's great fun.
Yeah, I think it's really exciting to have you on board, working as partners for the last few years and now having it part of our core offering. I'm just super excited. And in fact, this morning on the main stage, Rockwell was able to bring a full story together about how we can help companies across design, operating, and maintenance. And Ian, will you want to talk a little bit about how your team brought the Emulate3D and virtual commissioning story to life?
For sure. So what we had was a model of a bottling line or a canning line from the cans being introduced into the system all the way through the filling system, through to boxing and then palletizing at the end. And the whole model was actually connected up to a Logix controller. So it was demonstrating the full system. You can interact with it at any point through the HMIs and so on. The point being that you're trying to take commissioning off the critical path of the project and get it done before you actually go on site. So that's what we were showing.
It's fantastic. I know we've been talking about this for a while, but I think for a lot of the attendees, they really haven't seen it in action. So I'm sure you'll be able to get glimpses of what happened at this demo through social media over the next couple weeks. So stay tuned there. And Andrew, I know that Innovation Suite was a big part of the story this morning as well. Can you tell our viewers what is Innovation Suite, in case they haven't heard, and what your team accomplished this morning?
For sure, I'll give you the elevator pitch.
Please do.
And really, when I think of Innovation Suite, I think of more of a set of capabilities. Because most of our customers don't come to us and say, I want product A, B, and C. They go, I've got these challenges and problems. How can you help? Mm-hmm. So Innovation Suite is really a set of capabilities around artificial intelligence, augmented reality, analytics, and a core really being the Internet of Things platform, ThingWorx for us. So today what you saw on the stage was a solution using ThingWorx, kind of bringing data from various sources together, and then starting to integrate the predictive and prescriptive types of analytics. So not only predicting an output, but prescribing what the operator should do so that you can get the most, like squeeze the most out of that system as possible by providing some guidance.
That's so exciting and
It's very
fun,
cool stuff.
right?
Yeah.
I know we talked a lot in this demo this morning, really, about the virtual commissioning side. But I think, Ian, you've been working on the dynamic digital twin as well to make sure people are getting continued value. And I know that some of our customers are very interested in this. Can you tell our audience what is dynamic digital twin?
Sure. Well, so from our perspective, the dynamic digital twin is the fully functional model with products going through it. Also, we have clients who are taking this onto the shop floor. They're connecting the model to the control system in a read-only manner so that they can actually see from the model what is going on the shop or manufacturing floor. You can also click on things and fire off functions which give you further information, which will be taken from the analytical system which is underneath. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, and people are finding new uses for our framework and our software all the time.
Yeah, I think the more people have the capabilities in hand, the more innovation will come out. I think that's part of the whole story about how we're expanding human possibility, bringing the human and the technology together. You know, I think talking about that, and it was also brought up on the general session today, I know a lot of times people think of virtual reality or augmented reality as something that's used to be science fiction. Now we're seeing it a lot in gaming, but it's actually getting traction in the industrial space. Andrew, I know a year ago you were kind of like, maybe it's a nice to have. Can you talk to folks a little bit about your perspective of the use of augmented virtual reality?
For sure. Yeah, agreed. So for us, when we think of Innovation Suite, augmented reality is our Vuforia product. And I agree, a year ago when we did the investment with PTC, I got a glimpse of what augmented reality was and what Vuforia brought to the table. And I was kind of not sure how this fits. But now I've had a year of looking at kind of the use cases they're using, kind of the new features they're coming out with, Vuforia Chalk for remote guidance, Vuforia Expert Capture for kind of work instructions easily developed. This is agnostic to industry. It's fantastic. Like this to me is, years ago when we were trying to sell historians, because I thought, how can you have a process plant without a historian? Today it's the same thing. How do you not have kind of augmented reality as part of your digital transformation platform? It's a must. I think it's fantastic technology. As a quick story, I mean, I still use it today as a joke here with my family. My kids have the Vuforia Chalk app. I have it. And, they go, hey, Dad, how do I start the barbecue? And I go, hey, let's get the chalk out. And I can show them how to do it. I'm joking, but it's like, It's that kind of technology. And you can adapt it, obviously, to the industrial world. And I think it's just great. I think everyone will need it.
Well, I actually think we're seeing a lot of that with the technology that's coming in the industrial space. We're actually getting used to it in our personal lives. And it's becoming a demand or a pull into industry. And I think we're absolutely seeing that with the augmented and virtual reality area. Plus, folks coming into the market are used to it. So it's comfortable, makes sense. And actually, Ian, that's how you and I met. When we were talking about digital twin, I think I got a good demo using virtual reality with a couple years ago, I think. Can you talk about how you've seen the evolution of you guys using virtual reality in your operations?
For sure. Thank you. So, yeah, you're quite right. So initially, it was an interesting way to see around a model. It was a great way to demonstrate to somebody what their real facility was going to look like. But we've come a long way in the last couple of years. So now, for example, you can join with people in different states or even different countries through that model. So if they have a computer which allows them to put on the headset, they can join you in the model. You can teleport around together, communicate with each other, make gestures, and talk to each other about design changes. So you're going to shorten the design cycle. There's no more of this, can you come down, can you fly down next Thursday or something? Well, I can't do Thursday, how about the following Tuesday? No. Now it's, do you have 20 minutes this afternoon? Get into the model, make those decisions, carry on with the design. Now, the other thing that's really sort of opened it up to a lot more uses, including online training, is the fact that now you can interact with in-model browser windows. So if you've got an HMI running on a browser, you can not only see it inside the virtual reality model, but you can interact with it. So you can turn machines on and off.
With the right security?
Well, always with the right security, of course. But this makes it much more useful for testing out controls and demonstrating to people how the system's going to work. So yep, it's still in full development. There's plenty to do, but it's all good.
Yeah, I know that there's customers really who could see the value of using this in their operations today. They want it. They want it now. Others are just starting to learn about it. Well, I'm sure this all sounds easy, right? It's so super easy, right? A lot of folks we know that we've been working with through the last several years related to Connect Enterprise, they've got a lot of pilots. They've been doing a lot of testing of things. They're seeing value, but sometimes it's hard to actually do full rollout and make this valuable for your broader operation. Andrew, can you just wrap us up with a little view on how people can be successful deploying new technologies in their operations?
For sure. And really with Rockwell Automation, when we think of the Internet of Things, it's our connected enterprise story. And we've got a paradigm of this kind of wrap, extend, and transform as really a digital transformation approach to kind of bringing this into the modern world, applying Industry 4.0. And we think of it as really the first layer is you have to have a platform, and ThingWorx becomes our platform. And upon that, I build on augmented reality, advanced analytics with ThingWorx Analytics, our data flow ML. So the innovation suite starts to add on. So when we think of it as, although customers may have one or two use cases, we really want them to think bigger and go, the more use cases they have, because once you have the platform, you have the capability to solve these problems. Your return on investment increases. So I think you have to start, because we know from the past history, if you don't start, you kind of get left behind. And we really want to help customers move into the kind of 21st century here.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Ian. Thanks for joining us. And thanks each of you for joining us on these video segments. Please stay tuned. Follow us at #RockLive for more updates at this year's TechEd, as well as many more.